Halftime for 15 minutes. We down by 14 points, and it seemed like our opponents is going to win the championship. All my teammates lost their confidence because they came in so arrogant with a big ego. I believe my teammates are losing faith. They lacking motivation. One of my teammates right next to me crying because he promised to his deceased mother that he was going to win the championship. We made it to the championship, but we losing the championship. He also losing faith. All of a sudden, the coach comes in. How you doing? This is Melvin Brown, and welcome back to the Melvin Brown Experience. Today is going to be a motivational topic. Listen, some of y'all come to me asking me, Melvin, what can I do to make my spell work? Some of y'all come from different spiritual workers, and the honest truth is, with divination and reading, there's nothing wrong with the spiritual worker that you was working with. His work is not working, because when I'm looking at it in divination, his work or their work is working. Now, here's the question. Why did you come to me? 1, you lack patience. 2, you lack patience. 3, you have no faith. The key for your spell to work is your faith. Let me give you an example. If you got money work going on and your spiritual worker gave you something to increase your finances and you're not doing nothing for yourself, and out of nowhere you're walking down the street, oh, look, I found a $100 bill. You call that manifestation? You was just mind your business. You found a $100 bill though, right? That was just movement. Now, after you spend X amount of dollars to get this spiritual work done, to get more money, all you doing is just finding chump change on the ground and you think that's working? No, money work is not made for that. To be honest, what I love about money work is it's about yourself. It's not about time and everything, waiting for a target to come back. It's about you. You got to get yourself out of that bed, and you got to go out there and put in some work, put in some applications, do what you got to do. I don't care if they say, oh, we require education, we require a bachelor's degree. You still keep on going. Let me give you an example. I got this one client. She's very successful. She said, Melvin, make me a money jar. I said, make you a money jar? I said, all right, you got something going on for yourself. All right, cool. We made the money jar. All of a sudden, my client started racking in money that it would take somebody 10 years to get. Each and every time, it was a new contract offer and a new contract offer for her business. She was very successful. And I asked her one day, I said, baby girl, listen, what made you want to do a money work? She said, Melvin, I have faith in the process. And it didn't take overnight. That shit took months for it to work. But she was patient and she had faith to the fullest. Let me give you another example. One of my favorite NFL quarterbacks, Kurt Warner, was undrafted. Nobody in the NFL didn't give him a chance. It was to a point that he had to play in a different football league just to provide for his family. And he was only getting paid $5,000 just to play football. Since that $5,000 check couldn't provide for his family, he had to bag groceries. As he stepped up his game, the NFL gave him a call. He was a 4th-string quarterback playing for the St. Louis Rams. His job was not guaranteed. The 3rd-string quarterback got hurt, so he had a spot. And that spot he could provide for his family. Then the 2nd-string quarterback got hurt. Then the 1st-string quarterback got hurt. He led that team to a Super Bowl. He took advantage of the opportunity. For about 6 years, Kurt Warner was the franchise for the St. Louis Rams. With age and injuries years later, the St. Louis Rams got rid of him. He became a backup for Eli Manning. He got cut by the Giants. Then he take his ass to Arizona to be a backup quarterback for Matt Leinart. Now, Matt Leinart did not live up to the expectations. Kurt Warner got in on that field, took advantage of the opportunity, became a starter, took the team to the Super Bowl. They wound up losing, but that season got him in the Hall of Fame. And everybody asked Kurt Warner, why you didn't retire? He said he had love for the game and he had faith. Now, stuff like that plays a major role. We see faith everywhere. We see faith on TV, books, Bibles, you name it. Every movie has to be about faith. Because in life, that's the main thing that we do. We gotta have faith. Now, let's talk about the love department. When you get love spells done, I always tell my clients or people that's getting spiritual work done from other spiritual workers, before you see the light, you're going to see the dark. And the dark is your target will be seeing somebody else. Your target will be posting pictures of that same person that you don't want to see them with. That target will be highly happy, inviting them to the mom house, inviting them there. Your target, honestly, letting you know that they don't want to be with you. And you sitting there, you bitter, you upset, you crying, you think you didn't do nothing wrong, you trying to point fingers at who did it wrong, whose fault was it? To be honest, it was your fault. Let me tell you something about faith. Before your lover break up with you, they think about it. Sometimes it could take months. Sometimes it could take a year and a half. But you better best believe, during that time of thinking, your target was going through it. Your target was probably crying. Not crying because they're going to miss you. Crying about starting over. Will anybody love them? Will anybody worship them? Or should they stay here with pain and misery? Then all of a sudden, they wind up breaking up with you. I need time to think. I need to focus on myself. All right, you fall back. You try to call your target back, you're on the block list. You try to DM your target, you're on block. You better best believe your target had so much faith of leaving you. Because if they didn't have faith, for them to deserve better, they still be in your graces, accepting all your bullshit. Now, when it comes to love work, you gotta pick the right spiritual worker. You gotta have faith within the spiritual worker. Now, if your spiritual worker is very passionate about their craft, that's the best spiritual worker you could work with. Because that spiritual worker is going to give you the ins, the outs of how it's going to work. In the meantime, with love work, it's a waiting game. You got to wait. And one thing about waiting, that's when shit becomes very humbling beginnings for you. If you had an anger issue, you got to go to therapy. You're going to therapy to benefit yourself, but you also have faith that your target is going to come back and they're going to see a brand new you. You got to have faith. Another thing, maybe your target broke up with you because he wanted you to work out, or they wanted you to work out and you didn't want to listen. You take your ass to the gym. You don't like it at first, but all of a sudden, your body starts to recover after abuse of food, whatever you want to do, junk food, whatever it is. You're benefiting yourself for your health, but you're benefiting to grab more attention towards your target. You'll be surprised how many clients I had follow these directions, and all of a sudden, some of them lost weight, and they're like, yo, what happened to you, baby? And to this day, they still together. Faith is the key. Let me give you an example about me. As a spiritual worker, I help hundreds of people, if not thousands of people. Some of these people went through some fucked up situations. Some of them got scammed by a lot of spiritual workers. Some of them, it just didn't work out. They burned their bridge with their spiritual worker. What I can tell you, when I do a consultation and I finally take your payment, I sit there and I talk to you. I said, baby girl or homie, welcome to the Melvin Brown Experience. I'm going to do everything I can to get your target back. Now, that strategy right there, I'm building you faith because I know for a fact I'm going to bring your target back. I've been in this situation before, but I guarantee you, you're not going to go through the situation again. I'm going to bring him back, but it's up to you. They listen to my strategy and they go with the plan. It's about faith. First, it's about listening, having patience, discipline, then faith. All four of them things will make your spell go successful. I understand some of y'all don't have faith because life has a way of fucking you up over and over and over again. Have you ever tried to do something opposite so life not to fuck you over and over and over? That's when faith plays a big role. Let me give you another example. Everybody know this client, Psychopath Steve. I've been working for this man for like 3 years. It was one time I told Steve, I said, yo, Steve, look, listen, it's time to pull the plug. Steve was like, nah, man, what the fuck you mean pull the plug? I'm like, yo, Steve, it's time to pull the plug. Bro, it's done, it's over. Steve was like, Melvin, I don't give a fuck, it take 10 years, we gonna get her back. I said, Steve, you sound crazy. This woman ain't nobody serious, you can find somebody else. But Steve said, my heart said I won't, I need her. Steve, do you believe that you're gonna get this woman? Steve said, yes. Steve, I've been busting my ass off over and over again. Once I continue this case, there's no more refunds. Steve didn't care. Now, one thing about Steve, what I don't tell people, Steve had all the fucking faith in the world. It doesn't matter how crazy the situation is, it's always a solution. Steve is a fucking alchemist. You gotta have faith like an alchemist. You cannot look at everything and say, yo, how the fuck I'm gonna make it through this? At the end of the day, you like, that's cool. I got spell work done. Somehow, some way, I'm gonna get through this. We still in halftime. And what I want to tell the audience, how are you going to win this game? We are down by 14, but we got 2 more quarters to win this fucking game. What's your idea? What's your strategy? How strong is your faith? That's what plays the role of spiritual work. This is Melvin Brown. This is the Melvin Brown Experience. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. I'm out.